Alright, people. This was gonna be the intestine mega processor. You know, it kind of looks like a person. But theoretically, this was going to be able to do 32 smelts per second. 32, yeah. And it does do 32 smelts per second, but here's the thing. Each one of these furnaces or blast furnaces or smokers smelt twice as fast. So they smelt through an entire 64 stack before it reaches the end. See? You kind of can't see that. Sorry. But yeah, they're empty. That's what I'm trying to say. So these are empty by the time they reach this final loop. Well, I mean, not this one. This one has some shit in it. I shouldn't swear. I'm sorry. Jesus. But these are empty by the time they get back up here, and this loop has actually stopped moving, I think. It has. And that's the thing. It's not that the mechanic is flawed at all. This is a pretty much mirrored design on both sides. The one goofy bit is just all the lag. You'll see why there's a lot of lag once I find the corner. Come on, where's the corner? You know what? 90% of the time, it's this one. Let's see. Yeah, it was that one. Alright. Yeah. Blast furnaces are still going? Yeah, they are. But yeah, so this is actually only about 20 if you take into account this, but you're also wasting a lot of fuel. That's another issue. Second issue, or third, I don't know how many issues I'm on. Additional issue, the auto sorter, because you have to sort it between it, because if you get cooked food, or if you put food in a blast furnace, it won't go, and it'll just won't fire. If these ones aren't firing is because it didn't even collect the entire stack, because it loads up an entire fresh stack, smelts the entire stack, and by the time it's done smelting the entire stack, it hasn't collected it all. Even with 8 collecting stations is not enough to collect them all before they reach all of this consistently. And the auto sorter, like I was saying before, it's impossible to get it to sort fast enough to actually put all 3 streams in at a fast enough rate. You'd have to turn it off, load all these hoppers up completely, and then turn it on. I mean, that's cool, but then at that point, just use a regular smelter that you don't have to do any of that stuff for. But up here, as you can see, these are coal. Black is supposed to be coal. That's the, I hate you can't see it, there you go. All that stuff. This doesn't smelt every smeltable item, but you can make it smelt any possible item, because it's just an auto sorter that sorts it into 3 categories. The coal category, the blast furnace category, and the smoker category. Central line is the coal line, this side here is the blast furnace line, and of course this side here is the smoker line. So I think the reason this is so slow is because it requires so many distribution systems, because I have to distribute it into the auto sorter, and then out of the auto sorter, and then into all of these hoppers, and it's just, they fill up. Like, you need 64 stacks in each of these for it to be fully good. But you can see, right, all of these smelters that aren't going, it's because there's other stuff in them. They all have fuel in them. This one has nothing in it. I guess that means it's smoked everything. But, yeah, this is what was going to be the intestine super processor. You know, I put so much work into it, but like, I know it's not practical. I just wanted to see what's the most smelts per second I could get in like just a skinny as possible area. This might be able to work if instead of doing the 6 loops, I do the 4 loops I did for the furnaces, but that's a big maybe. And I mean, I would be able to put more collectors. I'm not rebuilding all of this and removing 2 loops, because then it would only be 20 anyways. But yeah, the theoretically 32 smelts per second, 14 or 15 blocks wide, I don't remember. And like, these chests are very full. and I've only been running this for maybe a half hour, just getting all the coal and shit and the crap, and I'm sorry, you know, I'm really sorry. But yeah, did the smoke won't stop again? No, it is still going. Okay, it's just very laggy. This is, yeah, I've kind of been rambling, but I mean, I spent 2.5 days on this, so yes, the human intestine mega processor. Look at that. Oh yeah, these are all the previous iterations of, that's the Ring of Fire, and then that's the intestine V1. But this is the super processor intestine. I don't know, it's just because, you know, the whoop, 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 all the whoops. Don't make this in your world. If you're gonna make any of my super smelters in your world, make the Ring of Fire. I'll show that off really quick. If you don't want a really, really long super smelter, this is 1/4 the size of any, like, yeah, and this one is perfect. You know, you don't have to do any nonsense with it. You just put coal on one side, items on this side. Doesn't even need an auto sorter. It's pretty simple. Just a feed tape over and over with a collection system at the bottom. And, you know, this one can do everything. This one goes through everything, but this one, I don't know, too much going on to make it work. You know, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll come back to this and see if I can figure out a less leggier design that's about as compact. But thanks for watching this incredibly rambly video. Yeah, peace out.